This is breaking news that will fundamentally shift the financial future for 68 million Americans receiving Social Security benefits. Effective February 2026, a massive executive action has been finalized to eliminate federal income tax on Social Security benefits once and for all. This means starting right now, your monthly check could effectively increase by hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But if you don't understand the specific withholding traps and state-level exceptions, you could accidentally leave your share of this multi-billion-dollar windfall on the table. Before we audit the exact numbers and show you how to claim your savings, make sure you subscribe to Tax Hack Pro. We follow the money and the legislative shifts that the mainstream media refuses to explain in plain English. Hit that subscribe button now to ensure you stay ahead of the IRS. The announcement signed by President Trump is not a mere proposal or a campaign promise. It is an executive mandate that went into effect on February 1, 2026. For decades, retirees have been crushed by a system where up to 85% of their benefits were taxed if they dared to have a small pension or investment income. That era is over. However, there is a massive legal question mark hanging over this order that could lead to a sudden court battle, and you need to know how to protect your savings if the policy is challenged. Stick around until the end of this video, because we are revealing the three-step safety audit you must perform on your accounts this week to ensure these savings actually hit your bank account. To understand why this is such a tax hack, you have to look at the outdated system we just left behind. Since the 1980s, the IRS used a combined income formula that was never adjusted for inflation. It punished seniors who saved for retirement by taxing their Social Security the second their income crossed a measly $25,000 threshold. By 2026, almost every middle-class senior was being double taxed. This new executive order sweeps that entire calculation off the desk. Whether you earn $30,000 or $300,000, your federal tax liability on Social Security benefits is now zero. Let's look at the forensic math for a typical household. Imagine a couple receiving $4,800 a month in combined Social Security. Under the old rules, if they had a small pension or RMDs from an IRA, they might have been losing $500 a month to federal taxes. That is $6,000 a year. Over a 20-year retirement, that is $120,000 of their own money that was being clawed back by the IRS. Starting this month, that money stays in their pocket. However, do not celebrate just yet. There is a state tax trap that could catch you off guard. While the federal government has stepped back, 12 states still tax Social Security as of early 2026. If you live in states like Minnesota, Colorado, Kansas, or Vermont, your state treasurer might still be reaching into your check even though the feds have stopped. You must check your local state Department of Revenue immediately to see if your governor plans to mirror this federal tax hack or keep the money for state projects. If you are finding this breakdown vital for your retirement, subscribe to Tax Hack Pro. We are the only channel digging into the fine print of these 2026 executive orders to keep you informed. Now let's get to the immediate action items. You cannot just sit back and wait for the money to appear. Step 1. You must adjust your voluntary withholding. Millions of seniors have tax automatically taken out of their checks via Form W-4V. If you don't cancel that withholding, the SSA will keep sending your money to the IRS, even though you no longer owe it. You are essentially giving the government an interest-free loan of your retirement funds. Log into your My Social Security account or visit a local office to update your withholding status today. Step 2. The amended return strategy. There is a high probability that the IRS will allow for retroactive refunds for taxes paid on benefits during the 2025 tax year. This means you could be owed a massive lump sum check for the thousands of dollars you paid last year. You will likely need to file Form 1040X to claim this. At Tax Hack Pro, we are monitoring the IRS guidance daily. The moment they open the window for these 2025 refunds, we will release a step-by-step filing guide. The big question everyone is asking is this legal? Can a president simply delete a tax that was enacted by Congress? The legal theory being used is an administrative directive to the IRS to cease collection, similar to how payroll taxes were deferred in the past. While constitutional scholars are already preparing for a showdown in the Supreme Court, the immediate reality is that the money is yours starting this month. If the courts eventually strike this down, you want to have already secured your 2026 savings. This policy shift also creates a massive opportunity for Roth conversion hacks. Previously, converting a traditional IRA to a Roth could spike your income and trigger the 85% Social Security tax. With that tax gone, the cost of moving your money into tax-free Roth accounts just plummeted. This is a once-in-a-generation window to move your wealth without the usual IRS penalty. But beware of the spending trap. Just because your tax bill dropped doesn't mean you should go on a spending spree. Use this extra $500 or $1,000 a month to shore up your emergency fund or pay down high-interest debt. The political landscape is volatile, and what an executive order gives, a future administration or a court ruling could take away. Stay vigilant. If you receive a pension, earn dividends, or are still working a part-time job, you are the biggest winner of this February 2026 update. You have gone from being a high-risk tax target to having a protected, tax-free income stream. If you want to stay updated as the court challenges begin and the IRS releases the refund codes, you must subscribe to Tax Hack Pro. We provide the data-driven truth that helps you maximize every dollar of your Social Security. Share this video with every senior and retiree you know. This is the biggest financial update of the decade, and no one can afford to miss these details. Knowledge is your best tax hack. I'll see you in the next investigation, where we break down the new 2026 rules for IRA distributions that could save you even more. Stay sharp.